This laundry makes absolutely no sense, and somehow it's also our guest bathroom. Between the chunks missing from the walls, patchy flooring, zero storage, and the overall lack of soul, this room has been crying out for help since the day we moved in. And I'm a host at my core, and while nobody said anything, I've spent the last 2 years apologising for this being the guest bathroom when guests stay with us like it's my full-time job. I went on a deep dive to find the most DIY-friendly, budget-conscious renovation option, and we ended up landing on Caboodle. So I measured up the room, dusted off my old Sims building skills, and designed everything online before heading into the Bunnings store to check out all the finishes in person. And I'm so glad we did, because one of the design experts tweaked our plans to make them even more functional than it already was. And then we made it official. Our cabinet, sink, and bench top were all ordered. Because I have the patience of a toddler, obviously I couldn't wait for everything to arrive, so we got started by clearing out the room a little bit and painting some of the walls that were actually staying. My overall vibe and goal for this reno is to lean into some of the mid-century roots of this home while also creating a laundry that makes me want to do laundry, which honestly might be the biggest challenge of the whole project. So after a couple of swatches, we confidently chose our favourite, bought 2 litres, and in the gorgeous afternoon light, we were obsessed. It was giving moody terracotta brownie mid-century dream. However, we didn't take into consideration how this would dry down and how it would look in different light. The next morning, however, purple. By the afternoon, dusty mauve. Beautiful colour, wrong room, wrong house. So naturally, we did what every rational person does after a confidence crisis. I cracked open the sample pot of the colour we liked the least from our first round of swatches and decided to do a giant swatch with that. Let that marinate for a little bit. But dealing with that crisis had to wait because we had trades due to rough in the next day, which meant demo day. This is actually the first time both my husband and I have ripped out a wall since buying the house, and we were equal parts excited and mildly terrified. Thankfully, we found our rhythm and also found this little hidden space underneath the stairs. So if you have any clever ideas on what we should do with it, please let me know, because I'm already planning for the next project. Also, if anybody knows how to get off old splashback adhesive from brick, now would be a great time to share, because this has been the hardest part of the renovation so far. And after approximately our 20th Bunnings trip for the week, we bought some more paint so we could officially undo our first paint choice and roll the dice with the colour we'd officially written off because we thought it was going to be way too orange. Now, you'd think we'd learnt our lesson, okay? Painting at night was a bold move for us to have done. We ended up running out of natural light after the first wall, so it really was a trust the process moment yet again. But tomorrow the cabinets go in, so I'm going to finally show you whether or not the second paint choice saved the day, or whether you'll be watching us repaint this room for a third time.